Malta just did something no government has ever done. They gave ChatGPT Plus to every single citizen for free. 500,000 people just got unlimited access to the same AI tool that costs you $20 a month. But three major problems are already emerging, and one of them might tank this entire experiment. Let me explain why every government on Earth is watching what happens next. Okay, first, the basics. On January 15th, 25, Malta's government announced a partnership with OpenAI. Every citizen with a Maltese ID can now access ChatGPT Plus without paying a cent. That's the paid version. Advanced reasoning, image analysis, DALL-E, the works. Malta is tiny, smaller than Detroit, 500,000 people. But this matters because they're testing something massive. What happens when an entire country becomes AI native overnight? Robert Abella, Malta's prime minister, said this would democratize access to cutting-edge AI. OpenAI called it a blueprint for digital transformation. But here's what nobody is talking about. Malta didn't pay for this with cash. The deal works like this. OpenAI provides ChatGPT Plus free to all citizens for an initial period of 12 months. Malta's government agreed to three things in return. First, they're creating AI literacy programs in schools, starting immediately. Second, they're sharing anonymized data on how citizens use AI tools with OpenAI. Third, Malta becomes a testing ground for future OpenAI government products. That second point, that's where it gets messy. 304 people commented on this story on Hacker News. The top comment with 180 upvotes said, "So Malta sold its citizens' data for a ChatGPT subscription." Another one, "This is surveillance capitalism dressed up as innovation." Malta's government says the data is anonymized and aggregated. No personal information leaves government servers. But critics point out that anonymized data can be de-anonymized. A 2019 study showed you only need 15 demographic data points to identify 99.98% of Americans. Malta's population is tiny. You might need even fewer. Sam Altman tweeted about the partnership, excited to work with forward-thinking governments. He didn't mention the data sharing. OpenAI's blog post mentioned it once, in paragraph 7. But let's say you trust the data handling. There's still problem number 2. Malta is creating a dependency they can't control. Right now, ChatGPT Plus costs OpenAI roughly $36 per user per month in compute costs, based on analyst estimates. For 500,000 users, that's $180,000 monthly. Over 12 months, $216 million. That's nothing for OpenAI. They raised $6 billion last year, but after 12 months, what happens? Does Malta start paying? Do citizens lose access? Does OpenAI keep it free in exchange for more data? A government official told TechCrunch, "We're confident this partnership will extend beyond the initial term." Translation, they don't know. Here's the terrifying part. In 12 months, Malta's entire education system will run on ChatGPT. Their civil service will use it for drafting policies. Businesses will integrate it into operations. Then OpenAI can name their price. This isn't speculation. It's exactly what happened with Microsoft and government software contracts. Lock-in is a feature, not a bug. But here's what nobody is talking about. Malta might not have a choice. They're not doing this because they love AI. They're doing it because they're desperate. Malta's economy is 35% dependent on iGaming, online gambling companies. The EU is cracking down on those regulations. Malta needs to diversify fast. Their pitch is, we're the AI island. They want to attract AI startups. They want OpenAI to open a European office there. They want to become the Singapore of AI, a tiny hub that punches above its weight. And it might work. Estonia did something similar with e-governance in the 2000s. Now they're the digital government everyone copies. But Estonia built their own systems. They own the infrastructure. Malta is renting. Here's where this gets really interesting. 7 other countries are reportedly in talks with OpenAI about similar deals. 3 in the EU, 2 in Southeast Asia, 2 in Latin America. OpenAI won't confirm names, but sources told Bloomberg that discussions are advanced. Imagine 50 million people on government-funded ChatGPT Plus by end of 25. That's more data than OpenAI has ever had access to. especially government use data, how officials make decisions, how teachers explain concepts, how citizens interact with bureaucracy. That data is worth billions for training future models. It's worth more than the subscriptions. Marta Coy, an AI researcher at Oxford, told me, "This isn't a partnership, it's a Trojan horse. Malta thinks they're getting free AI. OpenAI is getting something far more valuable, legitimacy. When a government endorses your product, that's regulatory capture." And then it got worse. 2 weeks after the announcement, Malta's opposition party discovered something buried in the contract. There's a clause that says OpenAI can pause or modify service delivery if usage patterns indicate misuse. What counts as misuse? The contract doesn't specify. OpenAI decides unilaterally. So, theoretically, if Maltese citizens start using ChatGPT to organize protests, or criticize the government, or spread information OpenAI deems harmful, they can shut it down. For everyone. One opposition MP said, "We've handed a kill switch for national digital infrastructure to a private American company." Malta's government called this fear-mongering. They say OpenAI would never do that, but the clause exists. Here's the counter-argument, though, and it's compelling. Dr. Maria Borg, Malta's AI task force lead, told reporters, "Every citizen now has a personal tutor, a research assistant, a coding partner. We're talking about leveling the playing field for economic opportunity." Early data backs this up. In the first week, 180,000 citizens activated ChatGPT Plus. That's 36% of the population. Fastest tech adoption in Maltese history. Schools report that students are using it to learn languages, especially English and Mandarin. Small business owners are using it to write marketing copy, build websites, analyze data. One restaurant owner said she used ChatGPT to create a full digital marketing strategy in 2 days. Before, she couldn't afford to hire help. Now she's competing with chains. That's transformative. That's real. And it's hard to argue against democratized access to powerful tools. But here's what keeps me up at night. This only works if OpenAI plays nice. If they prioritize public good over profit. If they don't change terms when they have leverage. OpenAI is structured as a capped profit company. They say they're mission-driven, but they also need to generate billions to pay for compute costs, salaries, and investor returns. When those interests conflict, which wins? We're about to find out. Because Malta isn't a tech experiment anymore, it's a preview of how AI gets deployed at national scale. Messy partnerships, unclear data rights, dependencies on private companies. 3 things to watch in the next 6 months. First, will other EU countries follow Malta's lead, or will they see this as a cautionary tale? France and Germany are building sovereign AI models. They don't want dependency on US companies. If they reject the OpenAI partnership model, that signals mistrust. Second, what happens with the data? OpenAI promised anonymization, but will they publish transparency reports? Will independent auditors verify the data handling? If not, trust collapses. Third, usage patterns. If Maltese citizens overwhelmingly adopt this and outcomes improve measurably in education, business, and government efficiency, this becomes the standard. Every country will want this deal. OpenAI becomes embedded in global governance. If adoption stalls or scandals emerge, this becomes a case study in why governments shouldn't outsource critical infrastructure. We'll know by summer. And if this keeps you up at night, like it does for me, subscribe. We cover AI policy, weird government tech deals, and digital sovereignty every single week. Because this isn't just about Malta. It's about who controls the tools we'll all depend on. Next week, why Microsoft is quietly buying unused data centers in Wyoming, and what that signals about the future of AI compute. See you then.